Welcome back, everyone. I'm Scott. Here are the bricks. Let's go through review. Today we have set number 42127, the Batman Batmobile. 1,360 pieces, retails for about $100. Let's dig into this shit.
As if you could outrun me!
All right, today we're rolling straight from the streets of Gotham, and we get to enjoy this wonderful little Technic set for $100, which I think for 1,300, how many pieces was that? 1,360 pieces. That's a damn good deal. This could have easily been $120, and actually it's not bad. It's in the same vein as that stupid charger for Dom's charger, which I really don't care for and didn't like. I think it looks horrible, but I think they really knocked this one out of the fucking park. It looks great. It was actually a pretty decent build. I did fuck up one location. It was on the rear tires over here. I did fuck that up pretty hard and didn't realize it until the last minute. I'll put the photos on the video so you can see where I fucked up at. But other than that, it was a pretty easy build. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm getting better at these Technic sets, but it was just nice, relaxing, and the end product is pretty fucking dope. But there are some complaints, so let's get straight into that. All right, we're gonna dive right into the cons here. I hate how this light brick activation works. Now, this is a light brick gimmick of a set, which is kind of cool because if you haven't seen the Batman, if you haven't seen the Batmobile in action in that film, it does some really cool lighting effects, which is really awesome. And probably my favorite part of that movie was this car. So Lego decided to do that in this car to give it some playability, but how they do it is by using this very awkward little like Audi belly button thing, which no offense to people with Audi belly buttons, but it just reminds me of that because it's supposed to be nice and sleek, but it's just here. But by pushing this button, as you can tell by the bottom of the lights, you have the activation. And it's wonderful, by the way. This very beautifully done V8 with transparent bricks, which looks amazing. So you can see all the action, have that wonderful piston action in it. Oh my God, look at that. But this Audi button just does not really, I hate it. And to activate the other light brick, which is right in the middle here, which is underneath this bonnet, which doesn't have anything in it, by the way, it just serves so you can see the bonnet. I guess because there's no real space for Batman to put his fugitives except for like the passenger side, he can just store them in here. You have to go in the cockpit here and then touch this little throttle piece, which is kind of cool because it is more like a throttle, or you can guess like a boost, and you push forward and you get that wonderful sensation right there, which is cool, but you can't keep it on. You can only do that. I tried to put a piece in there to make sure it sticks. I guess I can alter it a little bit just to get that effect, but I want this as a nice display piece, and you're really going to get like a lighting kit to get it to be fully like it is in the movies. But either way, good attempt here, Lego. I like what you're doing. I really do enjoy the gimmick of it, but it's just, I don't know. That looks awkward. Honestly, take this off. Take this off, which is all that is. And then you have a little button which you can easily just push down and get the same effect. And look at that. It looks smoother, it looks cleaner, it's just better. My second con, the biggest con here, is that in order to turn the front wheels, you have to use the Audi. Because the steering wheel, levelingly opening up, does not turn anything. Has no drive shaft, does not go into the wheels, so you can't do anything. Which is like, come on now. You guys have made how many Technic vehicles? You guys know how to do this. You can basically make cars your own if you wanted to. So they just kept it like that. And it doesn't even activate. I mean, if you're going to have that activate, at least have that light activate this light source and have two separate sources for light bricks. Like, what the hell is that about? That's the biggest problem with this set. And that's really all I got for that on that end. So let me go fangirl over it for a little bit and go a little more in-depth detail. Okay, so yes, Matt Reeves, the director? So the Batman Batmobile, I didn't like it at first, really started to enjoy it later on because it's really aggressive. And the reason why I've really fallen in love with it after the build is because it reminds me of the V8 Interceptor from Mad Max. And I love the V8 Interceptor. I love Mad Max film series. So to have this, honestly, this gave me that hit of nostalgia, and I see the inspiration behind it, and I really enjoy it, especially with the back here. This is a mid-engine car, so you're going to have the engine in the back. And with these wonderful truss or stress rods right here, I'm going to call these. I don't really sure what you would call these. It's more for the body integrity, I suppose. But with these wonderful rods here on the back, it just gives me that look. All you're missing is the two fuel tanks, which the V8 kind of just captures that pretty well. And I love this V8. You do have the flame injectors in the back, just like with the 89 Batmobile, but this time it is simply activated. Both these wheels, by the way, with the LSD on that, can go different directions, which is wonderful, but they also can go in one, which is wonderful. To fully operate that, you have to go one direction, but if you do alternate ones, you do not activate the actual flames. So that's pretty cool. That V8 is beautiful. The front end detail of the set is beautiful. Look at that with the lights, and that yellow rod kind of kills it. A little vibe on that one. But just simply fantastic, and I love this bonnet, even though there's nothing in there like I stated before. And you have some wonderful blue flames located, because you know that car in the movie was shooting blue flames out. You have these wonderful two little exhausts on the top here, which is kind of weird. I feel like that'll get hot. And some, I guess, turbos or something like that. And I'm not really sure what those are, but it's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's look in the inside of the car now. All right, so we're going to go in a little freehand on the cam here. So for the inside, it's very bare bones, just like in the movie. You do have a dash. The doors do open on both sides. The seats are wonderful. They're only connected in with one rod, and they go straight into the frame, which is nice. You do not get the sweet Robert Pattinson butt smell musk that you would get from the actual car, but you can simulate that with your own and put that right there. You do have a movable headrest, which is pretty dope. Not moving that back, we'll move back later. And like I said, the steering wheel doesn't do much, honestly. It's just there for aesthetics. In the inside here, we do have, maybe putting some cloth wasn't the best idea, you do have a dashboard with some wonderful Easter eggs. Look at that. You have your speedometer, and you have, I think, some boost layers right here. And there's actually, let's switch around. If you can see that, you also have a little radio piece while I'm swinging in there. Look at that. Might be a police scanner, might be not, but it has volume control right there. So he's listening to his wonderful, you know, Nirvana is what he listens to in the movie. So he can blare that while he's going through his 20-year-old angst, I guess. I don't know how old he was actually in the movie. But, you know, this set is pretty dope. And that is pretty dope. And I like the detail. The seating is exactly the same on both sides. But there's very much not a lot of detail. And it's just very bare bones. Which is kind of accurate, the word, I had to think about that. It is very accurate to the actual car itself in the film. And for the overall body, it's actually pretty basic for a Technic set, I believe. There's no real suspension system, so nothing really crazy. Batman will feel every bump in his asshole when he's driving this. And we're using some pretty basic car parts for the Technic line. Nothing really fancy. I really enjoy the frame for the hood, for the roof of the car. I really enjoyed that, the whole frame, how that's made. And I do like that you have that little throttle inside. But that's pretty much it for the sets of the total for just a whole. Like I said, I love it. I love the look of it because it actually does a lot of justice to the actual Batmobile from the film. It looks just like it does usually, which, you know, Technics don't ever really nail that unless you buy the more expensive ones. But I think it actually fits perfectly because that car was made very DIY, so this looks very DIY itself. And this is just a really excellent set. I really like these hubcaps. They're really cool. You're using a lot of pieces for details, but it just looks industrial as shit and looks kick ass. You do have some like little side skirts here. Nothing really special. Like I said, doors do open and close. They don't really lock in there well, so there's not really much going on there. And for the bottom section, not much going on. You have your basic frame for the Technic lineups, nothing special. I do really love this transmission over here, though. That's really awesome. Probably my favorite part of building it was this whole set, even though I fucked up the part. Tires are pretty dope, too. They give you some fat ones in the back, and they give you some small ones in the front. They give you that lifted look, so that's always kind of cool, especially since this is a really wide body design. And look how wide that is. And size-wise, it's pretty decent. It's probably another 3 inches or 4 inches off from the 89 Batmobile. Still kind of relatively smaller than the Tumbler, which I have not got a chance to open up. My best friend has it, so I might just review his. But this is just a damn good set. Let me wrap this up. Overall, I think LEGO did a pretty superb job on this. It's a great Technic set. It's a really good Batman set. Don't know if they're going to make any more of these anymore. I kind of want to buy another one now just because they're relatively cheap. $100 might not be that cheap for some people, but to be honest with you, compared to most Technic sets like that, yeah, it is kind of, especially in this kind of scale, it is pretty cheap. I don't really care for the scaled down versions. I think this is a better version of the Have. I don't know if they're going to make any more because I know they're making another Batman film, but we probably won't get another one until 2025, and they might discontinue this one soon because because it's only like a little seasonal thing because the movie came out last year. It's from 2021, so we'll see when they're going to retire it. I'm probably going to pick another one up because I just really enjoyed it. And it's just a nice collection to anyone's Batman collection. It's a wonderful Batmobile. I love Batmobiles, and it's awesome. So go pick one up if you're a Batman fan, if you're a Tekken fan, or if you just really want a pretty decently cheap light brick gimmick piece of beauty. Besides the little Audi belly button on the top, I'm definitely going to take that off, probably put that in the front seat or passenger seat and just have it on display, probably cover it up with a black piece. But yes, this has been, get that box back over here, 42127, the Batman Batmobile. I'm Scott, that was the brick, and that was the review. Thank you for watching as always. Tell me what you want to see or reviewed. I'll try and muscle it up. And like and subscribe as always. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep it sleazy. Thanks.